He doesn't have any choice but to leave right now, ASAP, or else he will be deported, arrested, and he will never be able to come back to the States ever again. And she is definitely helping him to get rid of this, or try to avoid this situation, which will be very, very awkward, and it will have a very negative impact on her own brand. That's not what she wants. Now, I want to share with you this particular video from Lady C. Take a listen.
Don't think it's advisable to repeat now. According to NYT v. Sullivan, you are protected by the First Amendment to the US Constitution regarding freedom of speech, even when you are speaking from the UK and as a resident of another country.
Wow.
However, this is only true if a potential lawsuit filing initiated by H&M comes from the US against you. So you are protected by US law in that scenario. And there's a discussion of British law.
So of course, this is a very bad situation right now. Experts they discuss reports regarding Sperry and Nutmeg potentially returning to the UK. They experts share information from their sources alleging that this move is motivated by serious legal and financial pressures rather than public-facing narratives. I want you to really focus on this, okay? Serious legal and financial pressure. The legal pressure is just as bad as the financial pressure. We know the financial pressure, and that is that they owe, especially Sperry, he owes the British tabloid Daily Mail for the court £9.5 million. And of course, we know that the legal pressure is that he cannot stay in the States under the circumstances he's living in, because he doesn't really have the papers and he lied on the immigration claims. Now, Lady C, for example, claims that the US State Department has been investigating Harry's visa documentation, and they are on alert to see where he's going. And I mentioned this in my previous video. Every time Harry enters into the States, he is sidelined and he's being interviewed by US immigration officers about his legality to stay in the States. Specifically concerning his history of drug use mentioned in his book Spare. She suggests, Lady C, that legal counsel warned him that remaining in the US could lead to deportation or federal criminal charges. Two things will happen, but in both cases, I should not say, but in both cases, whether he's deported or whether they bring criminal charges against him, in both cases, he will not be able to enter in the States again. Sometimes the ban could be for life. Some other times it could be 5 years, 10 years, depends. But for this kind of substance abuse, he will be banned most likely for life, not for 5 or 10 years. Analysts suggest the couple faces significant financial strain, including high maintenance costs for their property in Montashecho. Of course, on top of all of the legal fees that he is going to be paying, or he must pay, I should say, he also has to pay for the Montashecho, the mansion, and that one he pays $500,000 every year for the maintenance of the mansion or the house they live in. Allegedly, even though a lot of people say they don't live there actually anymore, they were evicted. Moving back to the UK could allow them to repatriate assets without certain capital gains taxes, as Sperry has been out of the UK for 6 tax years. Royal commentators contend that there is no chance of reconciliation between Sperry and the rest of the royal family, including William and Catherine, noting that the trust has been damaged. Lady C argues that the couple is attempting to deflect from these pressures by using spin, and claims that the palace was only informed of their plans on Sunday. And I am one of those people who believe that the palace, they were not notified, they were not made aware of their move when they announced it, or before they announced it. There are many reasons. Number one is going to be Sperry did not want William to stop him coming back to the UK and try to reconcile. Other reasons could be that they just wanted to surprise the king and be like, hey, we're coming back after our last meeting. You said you love our kids, so yeah, we are here. All of a sudden, there could be so many reasons, but none of those reasons are good. These are all very, very bad, sinister reasons and plot they are planning against the monarchy. Lady C emphasizes her role as a biographer and asserts that she has kept certain information private until she felt it was in the interest of the monarchy and the public. Lady C has so many bombshells. I'm pretty sure she will come up with many, many information about this whole thing. But I want to actually play the video clip one more time from her. Take a listen.
And it goes into a lot more detail with a lot of other matters, which I do not think it would be advisable at this stage to allude to. In fact, I think it would be pretty dangerous to allude to anything else at this stage. My understanding is that Harry's lawyers warned him that he stood a better chance of being deported if he remained in the US than if he immediately repatriated to the UK.
Wow. So again, in addition to the State Department investigating Sperry, they are also, looks like to me, they have reached to a point where they are now very comfortable in deporting him.
This makes sense because if Harry had remained, to all intents and purposes, a US resident, then there would be a stronger incentive to charge him and possibly deport him. There are all sorts of things that have been going on behind the scenes.
Yep.
With all sorts of politicians involved. What I find interesting about all of this is that the Democrat Party in the United States wants to be free of Meghan's, shall we say, advances. They also are playing a part and have played a part in keeping me and other people doubtless informed as to what is going on.
Wow.
So it's bipartisan. Meghan is absolutely loathed in the Democrat Party. They want to have nothing to do with her. They want to have...
Yeah, I mean, she is a burden. This is why she was not in attendance to Kamala Harris's election campaign last year. Back in the year 2024, because they saw her as a news problem, as a menace, than a solution to any of the problems or challenges the Democratic Party was facing. I'll give you guys more updates. One comment here, Lizzie. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you so much for that from Australia. Leave a comment in the comment section. See you in the next video.